Good morning. Let's see. Still getting set up. Set up the browser. Code. Today we're actually going to do something a little different. We'll see. And some music. There we go. All right. So last night, I don't know if anybody can tell, but now what we're seeing on screen is on a Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi 4 with the 4 gigs of RAM. I happen to have bought it, goodness, in December sometime. That's what this is. We're shelled into it. It's running the Raspbian Lite, whatever. So no UI on it, just we're still in Alacrity, shelled over to it. Got Tmux over there. Okay, Tmux, yay. Nice, okay, so that's nearly there. It's good. What we're gonna do today is actually make this run on the Raspberry Pi. One of the noise libraries I have wants to use basically Neon support on the Pis, but it doesn't exist yet in Rust. So we're gonna be just swapping it out. Oh, and look, when I upgraded all this stuff like FCF and these things, now I have little previews and stuff. I'm gonna have to upgrade all my local stuff. That's neat. Oh, which one is it? No, not that one. This one maybe. Yada yada. That's pretty cool. I like the little preview windows. So this SIMD noise is the one that's I think the issue at the moment. I'm gonna go with one that's not as fast, but hopefully it works on the Pi. It's that one. All right. Osmos. There's this one here. We're gonna just comment that out. The other one that I'd like to bring in, I think, is just called noise. What? Does cargo add exist? I forget exactly what all these things are. Oh, cargo edit. The Pi's not all that slow. Especially the one with the 4 gigs of RAM. I think I've got a 32 gig storage card in it too. Well, while that's doing its thing, I'm just going to use browser. Oh. Okay. We're going to do it the old way. I'm going to go back to Cosmos. Pop in there. Okay. Now we actually want to use their noise FBM module. That. I don't know if I want to make this a little bit more abstract, maybe wrap them in something. I could actually use both, one if we're on the Pi, one if we're on the something else. I wonder if there's a way to detect if we have the neon intrinsics. Probably just do a feature flag. Something like that might work. I wonder what the generated data looks like. So here when we have noise, when we generate all this, we're collecting it to a vector of U8s. The other one, we use FBM. Create a new one, and then what? Look at their top level documentation. It looks like this is meant to be given to something. Do they have traits for this? Traits. Noise function, seedable. Interesting, this is different. Technically, I don't really want to get 1 point. I'd rather get like a lot of points. Oh, range function. No. Nope. Have that for FBM, fine. But here they're getting X, Y, and Z. Then, well, util. No color gradients? Look at that. Image renderer. Noise map builder, okay. Noise map. What do we get from a noise map? I don't see a lot of things working in a single value. Write to file. This we could just iterate and collect. I mean, really, that's all the other one's going to be doing anyways. Okay. Let's at least toss this stuff into behind something so that we can abstract it out here. Let's see. That would have been my like C++ notion, like, oh, you know what? Let's put this back behind something and abstract it. But in Rust, you can do that. But you could also just make it generic and behind a trait instead of a structure. In this case, we might want to have some sort of noise here, passed in, etc. It does mean that at some point something's going to have to make a decision as to what to pass in. And if we're doing that, why wouldn't we just do it here? And that returns world noise, which is just a vector of U8. This is essentially one version that we need. The other one is with noise. I wonder if noise uses SIMD's stuff under the hood. Doubt it. It doesn't advertise that. I'd expect to create generating and using intrinsics. Maybe it's just expecting Rust to be able to do it. Anyhow. See, how do you do feature flags in Rust? I've ever done that. We'll take a peek. Okay, features. Okay, so why don't we just make these both optional? Let's go back to cargo. Let's see, what do we want? Let's maybe let's make noise the default because it should run everywhere. And then if we want that off, of our SIMD noise as an option. Okay, okay, so we have this. Oh, wrong one. Oh. $YST right bracket. No. I'm gonna practice Vim. Okay, there's that one. So those are both optional now. The default is noise. Okay. We could just exclude the default. So noise or SIMD noise. That way whenever we build it, we have to pass that, but seems like a bit that I don't want to do right now. All right, so how do we use that? We'll see if that works. I don't know if that'll work for just a single line like that. I hope it does. Just copy this and swap this over to the other kind. Just make it work first, then we'll make it pretty. All right, what do the docs say on this? Oh, you know what? That can go in those other things. Let's put that in there. Get rid of that. Oh, I put that in the wrong one. What's up here? So far, the pie's been just fine. Oh, shoot. That's not on the Pi. Because I'm in a tmux here. I thought I was on tmux on the Pi. There we go. Of course. That's not gonna work. How bad do I want that? No, we're gonna kill that. Okay. Foreground the other one. There we go. That's so funny. Oh, it's still going. Background that. Foreground 2. Control C that. Jobs. Good. Foreground that. There we go. Where were we? Kind of awkward aside there. Use noise. Oh, that's right. We're gonna pull in the noise stuff here. In their example, get a new noise function, and then you call get on that. Ah, there's FBM. It's a little sluggish. I got the compilation still going in a different window. Well, it's installing what is it? Cargo edit at the moment. So this thing, it's got a couple different fields on it. Also impulse multifractal, so we can create a new one of these and then use the multifractal functions on it. Let's pull that in as well. There we go. Let's see. Is it? We also need the seed, don't we? What if it supports seedable? Let's hope it does. Yeah, I'm going to check the docs again. Does it support seedable? Does, good. And 4 dimensions of noise. Well, 3 dimensions, but it's, you know, X, Y, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, W. So we're just going to do something very similar to this. Instead of passing in like a X and Y for these things, what we're going to do is just iterate over that at the end, collecting those. But before then, we need to call seed on those things and those other functions as well. So we're going to call set seed. And our seed is a U32. I32, U32. Interesting.
This one's for every beautiful has-been. The loves of past, future, and my present, presented to me delicately pressed into a memory. I can feel the brush inside my mind, painting what one might look like lying on the sofa and another just plain lying, a previous me crying for lack of proper goodbying. And it's also for you, every person with has-beens. You who've piled old emotional baggage into recycle or trash bins. Which one goes where? I guess
so there's our seed.
where it ends, if it ends. If there was ever really a
It
chance
also supported, what was it, multifractals, that trait. That has set lunacrity. Okay. Just going to copy these values from down below.
art everywhere, you might stop and stare if you could see them. Lucky for me though, you probably never will. They're not exactly painful, but still. I've tried so many times to pry the parchment down with careful fingers, and that's when I see it. Tiny cracks in the artwork, the starts of tears, so I leave it. It's fitting for
There is no scaled here. Octaves, frequency, lunacrity, and persistence.
I'd like to think they'd find themselves enthralled by the magic. Long before they ever saw the ghoul behind the facade, working my heartstrings and brain synapses at the same synchronized methodical odd.
Interesting. I'll bet noise, scaled is really a function of how we sample it. Okay. And here we're kind of clipping around them values that we collected. Interesting that we didn't modify anything else there. That's okay. I think we just call get over and over on it. Let's see, so what is this going to be equal to? We need a vector. We know what its size is going to be. We have the x and y, basically the size here. We can pre-allocate that. Try to use combinators. I don't know how that would work though. Let's see. Can you pre-allocate an array here? And then later bump it out to something else. Oh, cargo edit failed to compile. Failed to run custom build command for OpenSSL sys. Ooh, bummer. Oh well, not gonna do that right now. I like this. This is still pretty darn responsive, even when it's compiling something else. All right. We have an array for. Should we scan this? Kind of like pixels on an image, left to right, top to bottom. And Rust Analyzer, even on the Pi, it's doing all right. Let's see, index is going to be size times y plus x. I expected a comma. Actually running Rust Analyzer is just on it. Pretty cool. Okay. But we also want to take into account the scale. Oh, is this correct? Let's see, 0, 0. Yep. Should be okay. All right, next one. Mask. Oh, I forgot to round those. I wonder what the value of this is going to be. 0 or 1? What are we rounding it to? Oh, I didn't get the gain or the octaves in there. Oh, but we're not using them. They're commented out there. Okay. What does that actually? So it returns an F64 that we're rounding to a U8. That doesn't seem like it's going to be a good thing. We have some tests for this. We'll see what it does. Okay, now for the mask. With the previous one, seed, mask. Generate scaled. Ah, this one's between 0 and 1. Huh. What was it before? We had... Oh, it's between 04 and that. Oh, I see. So basically, this round is U8 thing is just wrong.
Let this be another knot to tie around my bed at night. I know I've lost the fight.
Let's look at that documentation so we can map something that matches.
Awake, I lie here staring up beyond the sky.
Scaled from min to max. I see. Okay. That goes to lands. So we're going to get that, but we want it to be a min O.4 and max, was it lands? And here we're getting a F64. We just shift the values. Interesting, because I don't really want to do a lot of extra stuff here. That's a huge space, and I think we can kind of fudge it for the sake of, I don't know, the sake of it running on a Raspberry Pi. Interesting. Okay. Do a like a checked ad or something. Or does F64 have any cool stuff on it? I keep forgetting that the types in Rust have, well, cool stuff. What's CBRT? Scaling. Oh, returns a fractional partial. Truncate it. Well, that's just gonna budget, I guess. Oh, clamp. Oh, nightly only experimental API. What I want. Well, kind of. They don't want the ones that are below min. I don't want to be min. I still want them to be kind of shifted into the generated space. All right, let's go back. See, I think we should just figure out how big our space is and shift it. So, coming back to the code. All right. Let f's, let's see, space. Space is kind of weird here because we're dealing with like x and y, and now we have space. Value, no. Godot 4. It's funny because I don't want to do this way. There isn't another way though. That's too bad. Okay. So that's our range. Let's value equals range times n divided by f64 max value. Plus 4. I think that should do it, because basically what we're doing is bringing this to value 0 to 1. Well, excuse me, the n. We multiply that into our range and offset it, so we shift it up a little bit, and later we round it all. Okay. Next one. How many of these do we have? Just 2? Technically, I don't think we need to care about setting it to 0. Okay, and this one is just between 0 and 1. Fine, then we loop over them, masking stuff out. Index. We don't need a sampling scale here. Actually, that's scaled up above. It's 4 here. I interpreted that wrong. So instead of having scale here, see, that should error out. I want to see, at this point, I want to see the Rust analyzer tell me where the error is. It should pick that up. And it's not. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Mins down here, we have world mask. Not getting scale. Our range is between 0 and 1, which means that all we have to do is divide. What are we doing before? I just rounded as a U8, so we're really just looking for zeros and ones. Okay. And this should be in the world mask. Max radius, textured. I'd rather go this way. Oh, features and dependencies cannot have the same name. That's why this is failing. Okay, fix that. The distance from the center, maximum radius, extra radius, and we set it to 0 or not. All right, but we should be using the data in this case is what? World noise. Oh, what is this size times? That's fine. There we go. Okay, let's fix our cargo toml file. Default and other. Right, generate islands not found in the scope because service cargo uses Cosmos. Oh, it doesn't. Who uses Cosmos? Okay, just this one place. Got it. Either have to keep bumping this up and out, or do something else with it. Okay. That's good. We should also probably run the test for this, Game Master. Oh, that's right. Have it building in another window. Huh. Actually going pretty quick. Cancel that. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. That poor little box, that Raspberry Pi, its 4 cores are cooking. I really like the idea that this is running on a Raspberry Pi at the moment. What I'd like to do is see how it performs on the Pi. I think those little boxes are really fast. Have you seen the other things? I would love to see a machine made of you got these other little boards that clip in, which look awesome. If you could have just like a system board made of these, Compute Module 3 Plus. Imagine you had just 100 of those. You could build something that actually ran across all of them, connect them via something like a akin to like fiber channel or something. Be a smoking box. How much are they? Yeah, 32 gigs of RAM on each one. US, sure. Yeah, buy for business. Why not? Got 100 of them. Save $2 on each. That'd be awesome. You actually do quite a bit with that. Now, how do you create a board that can snap 100 of these into it? Oh, wow. Will remain in production until at least January of 2026. It's in standard SODIMM2 connector. Wow. That's nice. We put all the tricky bits into the board itself. Wonder if little things like this are going to be like the future of cloud computing. Imagine if like DigitalOcean or something's actually running like just banks of these. Or something like that. It's got storage, it's got just enough CPU. Alright, back to the code. Where do we end up? Okay. Oh, what is this? Generate island can't be found in the scope. With noise and with that. Fine. Okay, so basically the so what happened? Didn't do that. Let's fix these then. Did I name that wrong? Let's see, what is it called? Black. Oh yeah, I got the A in the backwards. Okay. Now for this one. Max value is not on S64. Where is it? Ah, it's just max. Okay. What languages do you use max value? Sounds Java-ish. Let's see what's left. Come on. It's almost there. See it winding down. Is that Rust Analyzer? Can't tell. Not found in that? What? Constant. Standard F64 Max. Looks like Rust Analyzer caught up. Hmm. That set linearity should be off of this here. It needs to take an F64 though. Maybe I'm not passing a F64. Strange. Seedable's fine. That one's not. Odd. Okay, let's fix some of the other ones then. Oh, const. Now subtract float from usize. A vector of U7s. Actually, can that bubble backwards? Because we know the type info here, so this should be able to pull that up. Yeah, multifractal is not used, but it should be used because that's where this thing is. Let's see. It looks like it is implemented for this. FPM is here. Okay. Oh, from the builder pattern. Look at that, it's not by reference here. What about set seed? Set seed the same way? It is. Okay, so let's just join those. Looks like it really wants to be more like that. So we create a new one. I think it had a new function. It does. Return self. Hmm. Oh, do I not have... Oh, okay. Uh, just a few. Wow. Is it this one? I don't know how I feel about running Postgres on the box. See how that goes. Alright. Until then, what was our previous error? So we had the linker error. But this one, no method named that for this. I think we're using the right thing. Noise FBM. Has seedable. Right, has multifractal. This. Multifractal though is not intent here. It doesn't seem to have any constraints on it. Octaves, this needs to be an F64, but other than that, it just consumes self, doesn't borrow self, runs itself. Is it possible I'm still spelling this wrong? Serious? I am spelling it wrong. Oh my goodness. Okay. That should be better. Now let's fix this one. Also needs builder pattern. There we go. Hopefully it gets past Cosmos and just bails out on the SQL Server lib, but might have gotten that installed. We'll see. You guys got any weekend plans? Let's try again. That's Postgres. It's library, isn't it? Maybe I need this. Oh. Well, those are header files. Which one is it? Let's see. It's not going to be those. Not any of the Golang ones. Oh, embedded Postgres for C. Fancy. Not the GHC stuff. Mono. Not that one. Not OCaml. Header files. I mean, if it had maybe the library in it as well, that'd be great. That one's our best target so far. That. Probably this one. Development files for that. I know this is server side, so I think we're on in Postgres in its environment. We're looking for client side stuff. Let's go this one. Is that gonna be it? We shall see. Weekend, I think I'm gonna do some gardening. It's gonna rain though. Not gonna be a warm rain. So kind of iffy on it. Oh. I go buy some concrete. Make some garden beds using some concrete. Why? Those little ground critters can't get through concrete. Silly, but it's true. Up here, like if I put like a wire mesh in the ground, it'll rust. They'll get through. If I put in like the little plastic barriers, they'll just chew through it. Amazing. Wow, this is actually compiled, like it's doing it. Wow. No way. Alright. I was in the wrong folder. No. Alright. I'm gonna put that in a different window. So is it gonna go quick? Probably not. Okay. That's in a different window baking. It picked up from where I left off. One thing that I need to make sure of is that in our tests, I actually want to see the tests. Let's see this. Debug, print tiles. This is one way that we can actually see what the islands are going to look like before we finish with them. That's pretty useful. It's just going to print out 100 of them, so we'll see what the Pi can do in that case. Oh, it's compiling SYN. SYN. That one takes a while. There we go, past SYN. So there, we should be able to do that and see what that looks like. Wonder what else I have to do for Postgres setup. It's compiling right now, and when I have it the other way, you can't actually see this. But this is a Raspberry Pi 4 with the 4 gigs of RAM, running the Raspbian Lite. Probably increase the swap. Who does like 100 megs of swap space? I guess if you're using like a tiny SD card or something, then it makes sense. But it's cooking. Got a little tiny fan on it. It's blocked. The other one is on 99. Let's run the test again. Spend some time cleaning up. All right. Cool, now it's gotten further into actual game code. Oh, generate island, not in the scope. Why? Cosmos lib 21. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's do our features slightly different. Let's do Oh, not that file. Cosmos Cargo to Tommel. I don't know if I do it this way. Very new to using these feature flags, and I don't know exactly how they should be used. I kind of want it like an else here. If not, I really wouldn't mind the function signature changing as well. Is it the I32 versus the U32 thing? Hmm. How do we use those? Let's go look. Ooh, rust colored. Look at that. Coal. No, let's go. Oh, rust is too bright. I like this one. The default set of optional packages. Session is not a package, but rather another feature listed in this manifest. Oh, I see. And that's how we can basically turn that on. Got it. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, now I can use those flags internally. Toggle between them. Go have with noise with the other. That's good.
You have reached the voicemail box of Kino.
Yeah.
Just wait for the tone.
Looks pretty good. Let's try to test it again.
The person you're trying to reach is not available right now.
I was just thinking that
If you need
I should add another channel,
£1 now.
basically for zoning. Because zoning can be expensive. When somebody goes in a specific direction, they go. Sometimes we have to generate the place that they're going.
Leave your name, number, and a message.
I think it'd be nice to have some sort of back pressure there. Morning, Mr. Flusher. I shouldn't presume gender there. So, morning, Flusher. You're new to game dev and programming in general.
Bye.
You have experience in Java, interest in learning framework, and making horror games. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Wonderful genre. Unreal just looks better for some reason. The lighting is more realistic, which is better for horror in your opinion. Yes, lighting is a big thing in horror. Ambiance. Well, you do have Java experience. Unreal, you typically use C++ for their visual scripting language. I've actually done some, playing around with Unreal stuff just for fun, using their visual coding, and it is great. It is rather complete. So, I'd actually go, like, if you want the lighting in Unreal, go that way. And hop in there, learn it. It'll be fun. You don't have to do C++ in Unreal. You can actually do an incredible amount of stuff with their visual script. Or C++. You want to pick up C++, C++, I forget the version that they use in Unreal right now, but they're using a more modern compiler. So you get all of like the cool stuff that's basically come along in the last few years with C++. All right, Cosmos lib. I don't know that C# is easier to learn than C++. I think the things that you learn in C++, your C# just hides things to the beginner that you're going to have to figure out anyways. Memory management, references, and then C++ will have you learn that a little bit earlier than C# will. It's kind of like Java, right? They hide some of the complexity to the beginner, makes it easier to get into. It'd be like trying to get into Rust, right? You're gonna have to start to deal with like ownership issues, which you have to deal with in every language, but Rust puts it right up front. Where was the error? 81. Island. Oh, where is debug printhouse? Is that just a function here? I must have just moved it. Didn't get a job. Okay, yeah. No, it'll hire you if you know how to make games with visual script. You know, if I find that people that know some of the intricacies of, let's say, C++, can more easily understand the complexities that the other languages are hiding. So personally, I would probably favor the C++ route. Oh look, it failed. This one has no water in it. Oh. That's basically the image. Oh, Control C out of there. Control B, Control B. I'm in 2 tmuxes. There we go. There's nothing in there. Wow. So it generated noise, kind of. The SIMD one, not worried about that one. Oh, actually, might have changed the name there. Did they spell those words differently in the different libraries? Trying to find a way to learn it with at least some stimulation. Yeah, having a good goal that you can target makes it really so much easier to learn something like this. And I think that learning programming is a lot like learning a language. You just have to put in the time every day, and you will get it wrong. But just keep going because you'll eventually figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, having something that you're passionate about. For me, I'm building a game server and a game client, and that's helped me learn Rust. Actually, I've spent now probably 600 hours or so learning Rust. It's because I had this great project to build with it. Let's see, let's test each one of these. We're going to comment out this down here. Wait, this is the wrong one. Trying to find the code. There it is. This should already be a vector. More need for that. Return world noise. Nice thing about generating vectors like that is you can just use the same things as before to print it out. So we should be able to see the progression of the noise. We should have some sort of base amount of noise, and then it builds up. So what kind of horror games do you like? Yeah. Okay, so our first bit of noise is actually empty. Wonder why. Okay, let's don't really want to return something like that. Let's clamp it. Probably do like a 0 to 1 sort of thing here. I want to be able to figure out which of these values is flipping this to 0. So where that's called down below, how many islands? We have 5. Supposed to have 5. So lands is going to be 5 minus 0.4. That should be fine. So this will be range. Oh, you know what? We can just bug range. Value. And then we will panic. Okay. I mean, other than the slightly low kind of compile times, the Raspberry Pi is cooking. Absolutely do Rust development on a Pi. Oh, look, yeah, we got 4.6, the value is 0.4. Is it the round that's killing it? Flipping it? Hmm. What else? We should do round and then maybe as you ate. Oh, the round. Round dropped it. Oh. Range. Value. It's 0.4 and that's always getting rounded down. That could absolutely be the case. Oh, I see, because that's... that means this is always going down to 0. What is N? Oh, that's the noise. Alright, now we should be able to compute that ourselves. Range times N divided by max. Actually, we have this order wrong, don't we? It should be fine. Okay. Hmm. N is 0. Why is N 0? Seed. Linacrity. Wait. Lacunarity. That is so hard for me to say. Laconarity. Not sure if I'm still even saying it right. Okay, and what are the defaults for this though? Let's check. Yes, I want to see the constant. Okay. Default state is 0. Octave count 6. And what was the other one that I was using? SIMD noise. Modules. Default. Frequency O2. I see. So basically the other one and this one have different defaults. So frequency, gain, and octaves. Probably need to set those. Frequency is going to be 0.02. F64. Gain. 2.0. Oh, they don't have gain. Alright, leave that alone. Frequency, what else? Octaves. That should still work. Right. Need that there. Okay, what else? Mentions frequency, gain, and octaves. What will they do with gain? What is gain? What's Cosmos? Yeah, Cosmos is the my crate that I use for building the islands. So it's got all the random noise generation in it. It's got the ability to save out the island PNGs that are then sent to the client later. We're using PNG because it's a good compression format for 8-bit numbers in Matrix. I'm trying to find So the FBM stuff. No compression at all. Well, for me, I've got, let's see, basically, like imagine a PNG with, instead of RGB, it only has R. So one color channel PNG with, I think it's indexed color, and there's like 8 possible colors because of how I clamp everything. And then the PNG will basically do like either, yeah, it can actually compress it without being lossy. These things are pretty small. All right. Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see if those extra settings, because all we had before was this one. So I set those back to what the other one had. In case you're coming in, this is actually running on a Raspberry Pi. Piling this on a Pi. A lot of fun. And we're still getting 0 for this. Wonder why. Okay. I'm gonna not panic here. I want to see what else comes through. Oops. Previous. Control Z. On the test again. So with those new settings, I'm hoping that maybe the top left, or whatever the seed is always just 0. Fine. I get it. But not everything should be 0. And currently, oh look, N is negative. Is it always between 0 and 1? Ah, I didn't know that. Did not know that. Shoot. PC browser. But look, N is never above 1. In fact, it went negative. It's negative here. Is it between like -1 and 1? Check the docs on that. It was not expecting that. Okay. 2 dots. Noise. Yeah. Max octaves. Yeah, whatever. Their traits, though. Okay, nowhere does it say that these values are just between 0 and 1. Makes sense for noise to be 0 to 1. I'm not sure on the -1 to 1. Really noise. Yes. Okay, but if we come back in here, how much of it went negative? Quite a bit of negative in there. Okay, that simplifies things. I'm surprised about the negative, though. Okay. So if that's going to be between those 2 points, or wait, here, we should not be divided by max. In fact, it's already in 0 and 1. It's just sometimes negative. So basically we have -1 to 0 and 0 to -1 for our space. Is there a cheap way to map that? Not really. Not that I can think of right now. N plus 1 divided by 2. Because even the absolute value won't work because we want the noise to be smooth across the island. And if we take the absolute value of these, it'll have sharp edges. Things will suddenly flip. But is that the case? No, that shouldn't be the case. We'd just be able to take the absolute value. Yeah, okay, do that. Yeah, that should work. Yeah. Because the noise will be kind of smooth, going from 1 to -1, right? Kind of like a sine wave. Basically, as it comes down to 0, we're just basically reflecting it and having it come back up. Okay, that'll work. So this line here, I changed it from dividing by max into just taking the absolute value of it. Is there an absolute value on F64? There is. Okay. Oh, back there, cargo test. Okay, this should at least give us some noise. Yay, look at that, actual noise. Oh, it looks funny with that 1-0 going through the middle. That'll work. It's a good island. Okay. Take those off there. Now, from what we learned on these other pieces, or from that, now know that noise is 0 to 1, and we no longer have to divide it. So really, we just need to take the absolute value of it and round it. There. I should do that. We don't need anything else there. Okay, that should trim the edges. Going to generate a lot of islands. As long as they're generating correctly, it'll generate 100 of them. The test ensures that they get at least, I think, 50% land or something. Just ensuring that, on average, the amount of land that islands get is usable. That's still going. Nice. Hasn't bailed yet. That took it a long time to generate 100 islands. The SIMD stuff is quite a bit faster. Let's see, anything that we can actually do speed this up. Maybe a couple things. These are vectors now. We could use this pattern here to enumerate over the items and calculate. Wonder if I could use small vec for that. No, couldn't. I don't know how much of a gain something like that would give us. Let's try it. With capacity. Was it size squared? Okay. Morning, EMC squared. How are you? Welcome to this. What does the minus sign do? Oh, it just inverts the sign. If you substitute 0, it'll collapse to that. What language is this in? C# code? Okay. Yeah, so basically you're looking at, let me dump that in the chat. Or here, you're looking at what didn't copy over. Oh, you're trying to use it in C TypeScript. Wait, what do you mean C / like C or TypeScript? In both? So you're trying to do this, right? And you want to know what that negative sign means. So in this case, r is equal to, so the result of this, which is, and oh, thank you for the cheer, by the way. Yeah, so basically what's going on there is you're using this the bitwise operator there, right? The ampersand. And I think what's going to happen on the right side is 0 less than y is going to be a Boolean, or it depends on language. No, you're shifting y. I don't know, that's not a shift, is it? It's just a less than in this case. The shift will be 2 brackets, right? They're not doing 2 brackets. That's interesting. But what would a negation on a Boolean value do? So it works in JavaScript as well? Well, that's cool. In TypeScript, it doesn't work when you get rid of the minus sign. Okay. Yep. So, here. Let's take a quick look. Go to the browser real quick. Actually, let me put... We got a console here, right? We should be able to just do it right here. Now, that's a really interesting... So they have r is equal to y minus 0 less than y. So they have y in there twice. So if we say y is going to be equal to, let's say 100, we do that, we get 100. If we say y is equal to negative 100, negative 300, we get 0. All right. Let's take this apart a little bit. Now, if we say, just execute the last piece there, so less than y, we get false. Yeah, that's a Boolean. Negating the Boolean will make it true. It doesn't, it makes it negative 0. Negative false is 0. Fancy. And is that's the same thing in C#? I don't think you could do this in like Rust. And I'd be surprised if you could do this in C. Yeah, negative 0 is basically the same as 0. So those should be true. They should be identical. And in the other case where, let's say we have, that's either going to be negative 1 or negative 0. Wow, that is a neat trick. Was not expecting that. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can change something into an int. And so you could actually use a plus sign. Right? That should do it as well. If you want to floor something that's really other little tricks in JavaScript. Like if you had 3.5 and you wanted to floor that, just toss a couple of dots on there. A couple tildes in front of it'll do it. Yeah, the not's faster than actually doing the function invocation. That is. That's common. There's a bunch of little, tips and tricks. It's kind of funny because it does make it a little hard to read to anybody that doesn't understand the tricks. Especially doing something where, yeah, I guess not is just kind of a common one. But doing those little things makes it harder to read. And most often, if you are using stuff like that, I would toss in, some comments. Because somebody someday, maybe even yourself, is going to come back from some other programming language and say like, oh shoot, what does this do in JavaScript again? And but yeah, I mean, in terms of that code that we were looking at, it's just doing a Boolean operation, excuse me, a binary operation on the bitwise and on the result of that. So in the end, they have 100. That's 4. Oh no, it'd be a -1 or a 0. So that's really what they're doing, is just that sort of bitwise operation on those two elements. It's a neat trick. Yeah, -0 is identical to 0. But in terms of that code that we saw earlier, was this. This will return a Boolean. The negative actually converts it into a number. It'll be -1 or 0, or true and false. And then the and bitwise operation there. I wonder if we get the same thing if we use 1 and 0. Yeah, I actually have to use the -1. These are the bits. Oh, fancy, yeah. That's actually going to fail for a certain set of numbers. Well, actually, I don't know about JavaScript, how it would fail. No, all bitwise operations in JavaScript are done on 32-bit numbers. The point is, if you bitwise and anything and 1, it's equal to anything. Actually, anything and 1 isn't actually equal to anything. Anything and -1 is equal to anything. And anything and 0 is really what this is doing. Is it, if we did like binary syntax, like let's say we had that and we ANDed it with 0 in bits, that would equal just zeros, right? So used it hitting an X there. But with a negative, so there's that. And if you do a 1 and you ampersand them, you're going to end up with the 1. But if you do a -1, a -1 is represented in a different way. And I don't know how it's represented in JavaScript, but a -1 in what, I32, it has a high order bit set. There's something at the top. I don't remember if it also includes a low one here. I doubt it. No, it's all ones, isn't it? At that point. Which gives you the right mask to do this. Now here, if we look at, see, U, I32, -1. Let's see, I guess we could try to do that in the Rust playground real quick. Yeah, I was playing with some stuff the other day. Anybody know how to print binary? What is the syntax? B. Oh, in the terminal? String 2. Oh, I see. That works. One, shift 0. That's a neat trick too. You know, it's not doing it for me. Oh, shift. At least not in Firefox. Oh, you did 3. Yeah, and that creates the perfect mask for your other number. So you're basically joining those two things together and taking basically what this is masked by these values. That's a neat trick. That's actually really handy. I'll keep that around. Thank you. Today I learned. Let's say I need a new section for JavaScript. Say, what is that? That's print. The number is binary. No, negative's just not represented that way. So if you keep following the sequence, right? So -1, all right, we'll do that. And then if you look at -2, it actually it's just opposite. Which is really neat. I'd be surprised if that trick works in C. If I remember correctly, it's easier this way because adding up two binary numbers is always the same bit manipulations. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm always happy to learn something new. And that is a neat trick. Should still work. That's great. Okay. Give this a run. Alright, see you. You've got to be kidding. That was that much faster? Last time we just sat here waiting for like a minute. No, it's 18 seconds. So those changes dropped it to a third of a second. Wow. Holy cow. That is amazing. That's also with printing them all out. Okay. I think in the test code I was actually printing them, right? That's even dumping them out. Okay. Well, oh, I didn't mean to close it. Oh, is round not being used? Okay, that's just compile time. That finished much, much faster. And where was it saying? 119. Yeah, I can go away. Nice. Okay, well if that works, then actually I'm gonna close that. Need to go up one, open knee of him there. That's where that should be. You know what I don't have installed? Let's see. That's a bot account. I think it's a bot account. Done. I don't have the diesel CLI installed. Is there, let's see. Really? Diesel? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Let's go look. I'd love to do the SQLite one too. Alright, sorry, where's the Postgres one? We just want this one. We could toss SQLite in there. I will take advantage of that. Might need to install SQLite though. I was thinking that, absolutely run the server here. Then I realized I didn't have a diesel CLI tool to do all the database migration stuff. So let's do that real quick. Downloading 2 crates. Okay. Yeah, it's got like 91 things to compile. Let's see what else. Cargo build. I think this is going to be good. Could already have everything we need for this one. Compiled that earlier. It mostly worked. That means that it already compiled things like, you know what we don't have in here? We don't have Jaeger set up, and I don't want to install Jaeger for this. Maybe put a Jaeger over here. Where it is. Shut that down. And instead of connecting there, we will connect, rather our host port will just be zeros. Okay, let's check. Actually, what was the port number? 6831, okay. Oh, it's UDP, isn't it? That's UDP. Does UDP not show up for netstat? All right. Well, it's my IP address here. I'll need to set that up in the other environment file. Not that one, not that one. Nope, almost there. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll be sending our telemetry over there for that. That'll work. The other thing that needs to be done to test this running, that is not browser, Godot. Oh, I don't have Godot open. That. resize the window. There it goes. Okay, here's a project. Now we need the script editor. Wow, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. If we're doing development, we do this. Else, we're going to connect to 192.168.136.6, that machine. Okay. Now it's not up and running yet. Right here, we'll click on that. Game going. Okay, I have a little development button in the bottom right. There we go. Can turn that off. Go back to the code. We'll start with. Let's see, it is at 78 of 91 elements compiled. The diesel one. Oh, thank you for the follow. What's that? Alex? Alex TR? Alexter. Cool. And people are so creative with their aliases. Amazing. Okay, I think we've got everything in there. Auth timeout in seconds, all good. Let's see, my wife is asking me if I want regular sized roosters to grow for food. Huh, interesting. Cool. Sorry, quick aside, the link I get from my wife. This place is called my. Wow. One or more of the following breeds. Yeah. It's not a bad deal. All right. Need to move that chat window. Okay. So, got that. Got this. Diesel is taking its sweet time. It's at like 85 of 91 packages here. One thing that I really like about Rust is so many of these things you can just install cargo. It just works. As long as you're not installing something that needs like intrinsics that your platform doesn't have, it just works. So far, All this is just magic. Going really well. Okay, so diesel's nearly done. Should have put it on that other screen. I don't want to cancel the build to move it onto that terminal there. Now it's doing the migration internals. A lot of this will go quicker. Diesel, I think, was a big one. So let's put that in the background. What is the command we're going to run for this? Oh yeah, it's now at like 89 of 91. It's just compiling TOML now. At dev run, basically set up the database environment. We'll need to do that first. And then we'll be able to run this on a Raspberry Pi. Huh. Very cool. Oh no. Looks like it made it like all the way. Oh no, you didn't. You are not really not do that again. Seriously? Okay, it bailed saying that what is it? It couldn't find that. All right. Let's see. We're gonna figure out what this is. Get that started because it's gonna link at the end. Apt cache search. Was it SQLite? Okay. They have dev. Trying to beat it there. Sudo apt get install SQLite 3. Hopefully that's all I have to do for this. SQLite 3 development files. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Gotta download it. It's actually going faster than it was before. Okay. So that's downloading SQLite 3. I think SQLite's probably a better target for this thing on the Pi anyways. Okay, great. We have SQLite 3 and libsqlite 3-dev installed on the box. That should go a little bit faster. I'm surprised that this doesn't cache some of that. Would have absolutely expected it to keep more of these artifacts around. I need some tea. Cold in here. Work went a little upside down yesterday. As has many Silicon Valley companies having to make changes. So we all got a pay change, but we got to keep our jobs, which is good. I really want our company to make it. And I don't think this is going to take forever. All this stuff to bounce back. We'll weather it. I'll still have my stress-free time in the morning with my companion, Rust, and everybody there at home. Rust will enjoy playing the Rust game with me, beating me often. Oh dear, that is hot. Hands are cold though, so if I join the two, actually too hot to hold. Really hoping to get this running on the Pi today. It's that this it can only crank out so many bits per second. Actually doing really well. Better than Pi 1. You can do it, Rust. You can do it. Surprised it's using swap space. Many windows open. There we go. Drives. Good. Getting close. Yeah, if it doesn't do it this time, goodness, that would be upsetting. What's that one? There we go. Wonder, let's see, where do we go to change swap space settings? Just have to do, I'll have to repartition it, don't I? Okay. Let's go back over to Godot. Got that set up. That's good. One thing that I haven't tried doing is compiling this here to WebGL. What version is this? This is 3.2 stable. Oh, that was on 3.1 something. Good, I have all of those. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Ooh, texture compression for mobile or desktop? Ooh, features. Oh, that's, what's that? Just a, yeah, I wish they had, oh, they do have a little thing. Oh, that is so helpful. It's for desktop, you don't say. Okay. Custom template, let's just export that. Export path, though, let's change it. What Git version are we on here? Oh, stream multiplexer. Right there. I got that. Save that. Export the project. Yes. Okay, well, that was quick. It did it very, too quick almost, I think. I want to see. See, where is that? Where did it actually export it? Client builds. Okay, getting there. Failed loading. Oh, why? Tell me why. Oh, it blocked us from reading that. Okay. Huh. Oh, I see. Find the origin of the page as unique. Directory, which, okay. Is it about :flags? What is it? Firefox. Or I just set up the Python thing real quick. Okay. Go back to the code. Just create a new one. I'm gonna go to cd source legacy client builds. Port 1, 2, 3, 4. Browser. There we go. Oh, no way. I did not expect that to work. What is the size of those files? Looking at these here. I'm guessing that can be compressed though. Say 20 megs. Get it down to 5 or so there. Not too bad. Let's do the others compress as well? 9. What about this one? What's actually in this? A lot of JavaScript. Guess it's the wrapper there. Bail out of there. Not too bad. That's a meg. Fine. PNG. We'll see if it does like the shaders loading across the network and stuff. Oh, and it looks like that finished. Okay, let's close that one. Where is it? Not there. Here. Okay, diesel CLI installed. Hooray! Can't have run. I do not expect this to work, as we have not created a database or a user. No password supplied. Interesting. Yelson, okay. Great user. This. Oh, okay. Root doesn't exist. Oh, sudo to. How do we specify user? We want -u user. Oh, what's capital U? Run the command as the user. Okay. Actually, which user is it running as? Is it even on? Oh, it is. Running as user Postgres. Yeah. All right. Why didn't that work? Oh. Yeah. Do the same thing, create TB. Okay, now I can log in. Oh, it's over TCP, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's change that. Nothing in there? Wow. What am I running? Upgrade cluster? Hold on. What did I do? Filter. Okay, I didn't see that file. Oh, also it wasn't the right user to see that file, was I? Oh, there they are. That should work. We should be able to connect it via next socket. Hmm. Port in there. Okay. Ah, it's still there. Strange. Alright, let's just try to run this again. We'll figure it out from the other way. Pop D, go back to where we were. This is cool. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Okay, where is it? I don't have a password for it. Oh, no. Legacy underscore dev just doesn't exist, does it? That's just a bad error. No password supplies. Okay. Create DB. CDev. Interesting. I don't see why this is failing. What's it? Dash D for the database?
I was walking one day when I happened upon an old man. He was sitting on a bench, staring into the distance as if it were endless. I smiled politely
Joe,
at him,
it's
but his voice
been
rasped,
forever since I've done this.
a voice like his hand,
Special commands, variables, Q.
but still sharp with wisdom and concern.
Informational. Here we go.
didn't return to his bench. After a moment of thought, I spoke. You don't any more than I know that you do. His lips twitched in what may have been a smile, but I couldn't really tell.
Alright, let's see if we can find this file. Go back to no. Let's see. Ah. Yeah, we should be inside of this. We should be able to do this. Method peer. I think can be trust. Peer Pam. Okay. What does peer do? Hmm. Okay. And then we need to use. Oh, what is it? I think we have to do something that restarts it. Uh-oh. Did we kill it? There's nothing in there. Yeah, it's off. Okay. Huh. So that posed that. All I did was change this to peer instead of MD5. Strange. Why would that crash it? What do we have? Messages? Yep, nothing in there. Syslog maybe? What's fail log? Ah, yeah, that doesn't look good. Oh, get out of there. it's saying it started it. No such file or directory. Not load that. The system shut down. Peer authentication is only supported for local sockets. Oh, bummer. Okay. Let's fix that. How is that different? Address. All right, how do we specify a Unix domain socket? Let's restart that. Okay, that's up again. Let's go back here. How do you specify Postgres? Well, you must omit the host to use Unix socket like so. Oh, that's easy. Let's do that. We don't have that. Change the role to what? I don't want to be super user. Is there any other way to do that other than being super user? There must be a better way. All right. My DB user. Me, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Okay, it works. Is this actually working? Do Raspberry Pis have that? They must. Okay, let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh, DB, create pool. It failed. Why would it do that? No passwords. Oh, oh, oh. It's supposed to get it out of the environment. Create DB pool using DB URL. Where does that come from? Oh, this is awesome. I love this. Look at that. The test code, main, DB URL, getting it from there. Okay. Should just be a pass-through thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something weird with it. Come on. That's just getting it from the URL, the environment. Okay. Dev run, not dev run. Oh, I didn't change it in the env. That's right. Abort. Who else has this open? Not that one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That's all of them. Where's this one? Oh. Okay. There we go. Out of there. Dev run. Okay. Now let's make our connection. Shouldn't have an account, but I should be okay. Be able to create an account. I was just taking a while to get that set up. Format wrong data size. Expected that got 0. Where? Huh. Oh, Cosmos Lib 53. I don't see that in the stack. Where is that? Huh. Well, let's go look at Cosmos Lib 53. Oh, wow. Got 0. Oh, because the directory doesn't exist. Wrong data size. Huh. Write image data. Writer.write image data. What is this writer? Where do we get this writer? Write header. Grayscale. 8-bit. New encoder. Is this from the PNG package? Must be. It looks like it was trying to do something, but oh, that doesn't seem like enough bytes in there. Okay, the problem then is that these tiles, there weren't enough tiles in there. So that got 0. Interesting. All right, well, my time is up, unfortunately. Bubble Ubs, thank you for the follow. I gotta go meet someone for a coffee date. I'm gonna go do that. But we are so close to actually having this run on this other platform. This is nice because I'll be able to leave this up and running around here. Probably be able to test it on the kids. So that'll be exciting. That'll be nice. Oh, one thing that we can check before we get too far is in here, Jaeger. Unselect those. Yeah, sure, stream ID 1. Look, something actually happened. We logged in and we can see it. What else can we do? We can click on this, stream ID 1. Let's see, we should have a number of things in here. Character. There's an auth. Game Master. Stream auth. So we went through here, we did the insert. Collecting more data, set entity IDs. Okay. We come in here. You can see which elements are actually taking more time. This one took quite a bit of time. It's the first insert in that database, so who knows if it had how much work it had to do. Here we can actually see that we get down to this point before it bailed out. Bonus track, good morning. I am making a multiplayer game server and a multiplayer game client. I call them Legacy. Sadly, I can't run it at the moment. I'd love to show you, but I'm wrapping up. But this is the logging, which is absolutely fantastic. Apparently Jaeger came out of what, Uber or something? Really nice piece of software. You can see it's trying to save it to this location. And that's where it failed. As we saw, this one only had a little bit of data in it, probably for the PNG header. So that's cool though. Gotta work on my island generation a little bit more for the Raspberry Pi. Today Panastrack, I actually got this running on a Raspberry Pi 4. Normally I run this on like a FreeBSD server with like 16 gigs of RAM and a bunch of cores, but not today. I actually turned that server off. Things a little different at the moment. That's fun. Neat seeing it on the Raspberry Pi. All right, y'all. We're gonna find someone to raid. Oh, Lime Dye is still going. We're gonna raid him. He's doing a game in Rust as well. I'm using Rust for the server-side software. He's using Rust for everything. I'm using Godot for the client. And my game's gonna probably end up being a little bit more like Don't Starve meets Sunless Seas meets 1 Hour, 1 Life, that sort of thing. Procedurally generated universe, islands, make up everything, and yeah. So, I'm gonna get going. Until next time, bye-bye.